like to introduce our Apple Board President, Mr. Tom Grundy.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. It's great to see a lot of people out here. So as Terry pointed out, we're just going to give you some of the highlights of this sustainability efforts that are already going on here in Nevada County. There's no way we can show them all in only about 15 minutes. Now, why are we here tonight? Things like this are what motivates us. We see these every day. Everyone throughout the county sees these every day. And they may not be the best indication of what the worldwide petroleum market looks like, but one thing you can say, these are great motivators for direct action right here in Nevada County. They get people talking. They get people asking, what's behind these numbers? They get people asking, why are they going on? And what do they really mean? Well, here's a bit of background on them. Cheap, abundant liquid fuels, mainly from petroleum, have made this a very small world. You can drive to Sacramento in an hour. You can fly pretty much anywhere you want. You can be in Atlanta for lunch, Seattle for dinner, and back in home at bed in time for the late show to come on if you so choose. You can be on the other side of the world in about half a day. And it's also allowed things like this. The amazing New Zealand apple and the chili pear, and the list goes on. Well, these are all good things, right? These have made our lives better. Well, you could debate that either way. But the question is twofold. How are we going to deal when these are not as available anymore? And are these the best way that we want to be spending the resources that we do have? So how do we fix it? In a word, relocalize. When the global economy goes away, make it local. Produce locally what we consume locally as much as possible. That's a huge term, and there's a lot of things you might be thinking already about how to do that. It's a huge problem, so let's break it down one step at a time. How would you localize your food production? Well, wouldn't it be nice if there was a coalition of concerned citizens and concerned local farmers promoting local food consumption, promoting local farmers and community-supported agricultures? Well, here's the Local Food Coalition. They've been up and running for about 3 years, and in just 2 weeks, they're going to have their third celebration of local food and a show of local tribute to local farmers, an event where everyone can get together. Come Home to Eat 2008. The Local Food Coalition also got together with the Nevada County Board of Supervisors, and as a result of that, this is probably the most oversimplified equation you'll see in a long time, Nevada County Grown, our own version of Placer Grown, an official agency to take over the promotion of the local farmers, local food, community-supported agricultures, local farmers market, everything that makes this a great place to come home to eat. Nevada County Conservation Resource Conservation District put together this slideshow on the faces of local agriculture. Now, one thing you may notice about all these people and all these animals is they've got really big smiles. If the cows only knew, right? Well, they're smiling for a reason. They haven't done the research into the worldwide petroleum market, and they haven't come up with the numbers and made it their motivation to pull the grocery store shoppers out of a sling that we're in. They really enjoy this stuff. And if those fruits from across the world, if the Argentina avocado goes away, we're going to need a lot more farmers. Wouldn't it be nice to enjoy your job that much, to be smiling all day long? Wouldn't it be nice to have that office and be part of the first and best green-collar job market that exists? Clean Power Co-op, if you're talking about energy. If you're talking about energy, that's another thing to relocalize. Clean Power Co-op, started by Marston Schultz, one of Apple's board members, about 3 years ago. They've been investigating the best ways to bring clean, renewable, lower-impact energy right here to Nevada County and have it locally produced. These are open questions. Is wind the right way to go here up on the summit? Is small solar the right way to go? How about large solar? How about increased microhydro from our creeks and streams, just like Nevada City Council recently approved on the Nevada City sewage treatment plant outflow? How about burning some of the biomass for fuel that we'd ship for fire protection anyway, and it's all going unused, just going to the shredder? How about capturing some of the methane off of landfills and sewage treatment plants? Another group that's been looking at this topic, Power Up NC, finding incentives for Nevada City residents and businesses to decrease their energy consumption, because they know, just like we all do, that the cheapest form of energy is that which you don't have to use. the quickest return on your investment is to turn the light switch off. They've had Powerpalooza events in downtown Nevada City for the last few years showcasing all of these efficiency topics. They've had the Christmas lights exchange a few Christmases ago. Bring in your old string of incandescent bulbs and trade them in for a free string of LED bulbs. Flex Your Power gave them a grant earlier this year to increase their message of efficiency in the community. And, of course, the Compact Fluorescent Light Bulb Exchange, which several other groups around here have also been working on. These groups were instrumental in bringing PG&E green building classes here to town, here to our region. They were full of building professionals, which leads right into this. Now we have local Energy Star certified contractors. Talk about a direct shot in the arm to green-collar industry. Can't get much more direct than this. And soon to come, Sierra College solar installation classes right here. Transportation. How can you make your transportation more efficient? Well, the Group Alliance for People-Powered Transportation just celebrated its third local observance of Bike to Work Day. We got about 70 people to sign up and commit to Bike to Work this May 15th, a few weeks ago. They've also been working with City Council, especially Grass Valley, to get some more bike-friendly infrastructure around town, and that's already had effect. Now, no discussion about making your transportation more efficient, more effective is complete without talking about land use. But how does that affect us right here in Nevada County? Well, this is a quick picture of how the process of land use planning goes in a world where there's cheap, abundant liquid fuels. First comes the desire of where people want to live. Everyone wants a home on the range. The masses want their little piece of the woods. Second, after those developments have been built, because that's what the planners have to answer to, second comes the results. What does that result in? It results in more miles driven, more pollution, longer distances to jobs, longer distances to grocery stores, and public transportation becomes a very, very distant second. Gold Country Stage does an excellent job with the population profile and the street layout that they're given to work with. This is a rural community, and typically public transportation doesn't work so hot in rural communities as in urban. So how about if we swap those around? How about if we make the mandate that we want a public transportation accessible place. We want a place that's bikeable, walkable, fewer cars, higher efficiency, smaller cars. Then the mandate gets taken into what type of cities we have, what type of developments we have, more walkable places, just like that. Education and outreach has been a big drive of our group, Apple, since the beginning.